Today, we're diving into some unexpected uses for that classic can of shaving foam. From cleaning up stubborn stains to keeping your mirrors fog-free, we've got a bunch of time-tested tricks that'll help you tackle everyday problems without breaking a sweat. Number 1. The all-purpose cleaning trick. Barbasol might look like just another can of shaving foam, but Grandpa always said there's a whole world hidden inside that can. One of his favorite hacks was using Barbasol as a quick cleaning solution for all sorts of surfaces around the house. He liked to squirt a small amount onto a microfiber cloth and wipe down countertops, faucets, and even certain types of flooring. It's surprisingly effective for removing light stains and built-up grime, which plenty of online DIY forums confirm. Recent articles mention that the foam can lift grease from kitchen surfaces without leaving behind harsh chemical residues, making it a safer option if you're worried about strong odors or chemical reactions. Some folks even claim it helps remove small scuff marks on walls if you gently dab and wipe. The key is to test a tiny spot first, especially if you're dealing with delicate or painted surfaces. Grandpa would remind everyone that, while Barbasol is fairly mild, it's still best to check for color fastness on fabrics. If you've got that random coffee drip on your couch, gently applying a small dollop of foam and letting it sit for a minute or two before blotting can work wonders. People have posted videos on social media demonstrating how they use it to give their dining chairs a quick refresh. It's not going to handle deep-set stains that have been around for years, but for everyday messes, it's a lifesaver. Plus, the fresh scent can give your living space a clean, comforting vibe without busting out an entire arsenal of chemical cleaners. Grandpa always insisted this trick is best used for regular upkeep, so your home stays looking neat with minimal effort. Number 2. Fog-free mirrors. Another trick Grandpa swore by involved turning your ordinary can of Barbasol into a mirror protector. If you're tired of stepping out of a hot shower and dealing with a foggy mirror, you can give this old-fashioned hack a whirl. Many online articles and social media posts from the last year highlight how shaving foam creates a temporary coating that prevents steam from sticking. All you have to do is spread a thin layer of Barbasol across the mirror's surface, let it sit for about a minute, then wipe it away with a clean towel or cloth. The result is a mirror that stays clear longer, making those rushed mornings a bit less annoying. Some folks say you can even use it on your car's windshield to help reduce fogging in chilly or rainy weather. In Grandpa's day, there weren't fancy anti-fog sprays in every store, so he'd do it himself. This trick is perfect for anyone who needs a quick solution without buying specialized products. Just be mindful not to use too much foam, or you'll spend extra time wiping away streaks. A small dab usually goes a long way. It's also worth mentioning that several do-it-yourself enthusiasts recommend reapplying every week or two, depending on how often the mirror gets steamed up. The practicality of this hack is one reason it's become so popular, and it's a perfect example of how a product made for shaving can do so much more. Number 3. Rust remover for metal tools. Grandpa's workshop always smelled like sawdust and oil, but there was another secret ingredient lurking on his shelves: a tall can of Barbasol. He used it not just for his morning shave, but also to remove rust from his beloved metal tools. According to some modern-day DIY blogs, shaving foam can help loosen and dissolve surface rust, especially if it's not too severe. You dab a layer of Barbasol onto the rusted area, let it soak in for around 15 to 20 minutes, then scrub with a soft brush or cloth. This is especially handy for folks who have old pliers, wrenches, or gardening tools with light rust spots. It won't perform miracles on deeply corroded metal, but for moderate rust, it can make a real difference. Grandpa always used a bit of elbow grease for best results, working it in gently so the foam could do its job. Some recent online discussions mention how the foam's properties work to lift rust particles from the metal surface, reducing the need for harsh chemical rust removers. You might want to keep a bucket of warm water nearby to rinse everything off afterward. A light coat of oil or lubricant once the metal is dry can also help prevent new rust. It's a simple trick that can extend the life of your tools, saving you money and preserving those precious hand-me-downs. Grandpa believed in taking care of his things, and this hack was definitely part of his routine. Number 4. Carpet Stain Buster. There's something about carpets that seems to attract every possible stain known to humankind. Grandpa was never fond of how easily rugs picked up dirt, but he did discover that Barbasol can tackle smaller stains without too much fuss. Many people online mention using shaving foam for spot treatments on carpeted areas, especially for stains like spilled coffee, soda, or sauce. The process is simple. Apply a bit of foam to the stain, let it sit for a few minutes, then gently blot with a clean cloth or sponge. You want to avoid scrubbing aggressively because that can push the stain deeper into the carpet fibers. Instead, blot in a circular motion or from the edges toward the center so the stain doesn't spread. Multiple websites highlight the importance of testing a small hidden patch first. Some carpets have delicate dyes that might react to the foam. Grandpa's tip was to always keep a can around for those inevitable oops moments. It's also great for when you're rushing to clean up before guests arrive and don't want to drag out a bulky carpet cleaner. In many cases, the foam helps loosen the stain, making it easier to lift away with the cloth. If it's a really stubborn blotch, you can repeat the process or try mixing in a tiny bit of warm water. Just be sure you dry the area thoroughly afterward to avoid any musty smell. This is one of those tried and true household hacks that proves you don't always need fancy stain removers to tackle everyday messes. Number 5. Quick leather cleaner. Leather can be tricky to maintain, whether it's an old recliner, a favorite jacket, or a well-worn pair of boots. Grandpa, with his classic leather armchair, loved using a small amount of Barbasol to gently clean and condition the leather surface. While some professional leather cleaners might raise eyebrows at the idea, plenty of everyday folks online say it works in a pinch. The foam can help remove grime and oils that build up over time, and it might even restore a bit of shine. The key is to use just a tiny bit and massage it in with a soft cloth, then wipe away any excess. You don't want the leather to get too wet, and you definitely don't want to let the foam sit for too long. After wiping, letting the material air dry naturally is usually best. Some seasoned DIYers suggest following up with a light leather conditioner if you have one on hand, especially if you're dealing with something expensive or sentimental. Grandpa's rule of thumb was to never scrub too vigorously, or you risk damaging the surface. It's always a good idea to test a small hidden area first, just in case. The internet is full of testimonials about how this simple hack can revive old leather goods without a lot of hassle. Whether it's your go-to boots or that old leather sofa, it's worth a shot if you're looking for a budget-friendly solution. Number 6, defogging car headlights. Grandpa's Ford pickup truck always had a few secrets, and this one made him proud, using Barbasol to clear up mildly foggy headlights. Over time, headlights get a hazy film from oxidation or road grime, and while there are specialty kits, Grandpa would grab his shaving foam as a quick fix. He'd apply a moderate amount to the headlight, rub in circles with a soft sponge, and then let it rest for a couple of minutes. Some car enthusiasts online have noted that the foam's gentle abrasiveness can help remove that thin layer of buildup. Afterward, he'd rinse it off and wipe everything dry with a microfiber cloth. Sure, it's not going to work miracles on severely oxidized or yellowed lenses, but it often helps if the cloudiness is mild. A recent article in a popular auto blog highlighted how many home-based solutions can provide decent results in between more thorough restoration jobs. If your headlights are really bad, you might still need a professional kit or some sanding. But for everyday upkeep, a quick Barbasol rub can make a difference in visibility. Grandpa also liked how it left a slight protective coating that seemed to keep dirt from building up as quickly. If you're doing this hack, just be careful not to get foam into any cracks or seals around the light, and rinse thoroughly so you don't leave residue. Small, consistent care can extend the life of your headlights and keep you safer on the road. Number 7, polishing chrome fixtures. If you've ever looked at chrome fixtures in a bathroom or kitchen, you know how easily they show water spots and fingerprints. Grandpa's solution was a swift pass with some shaving foam. You just apply a small blob to a cloth and polish the chrome until it looks bright and shiny. Online cleaning gurus often mention that shaving foam is gentle enough not to scratch, but effective enough to lift dirt and water stains. Barbasol also has a pleasant scent, so you won't be stuck with a strong chemical odor that lingers for hours. Once you've done a quick polish, wipe away any leftover foam with a damp cloth and then buff the surface dry. The entire process can take less than a minute for a faucet, but it can make it sparkle like new. Grandpa would sometimes do the same trick on chrome bumpers back in the day, though now bumpers are often made of different materials. Still, if you have chrome accents on your car, this might give them a nice shine. Some folks on social media even show before and after pictures of their faucets or shower heads after using Barbasol. The transformation can be pretty impressive, especially if you've let those fixtures go for a while. Consistency is key, though. A quick weekly shine means you don't have to fight through layers of mineral deposits. It's a simple hack, but it really demonstrates how versatile that can of shaving foam can be. Number 8, Removing lipstick and makeup stains. Those of us who wear lipstick or have ever accidentally smeared some makeup on a shirt know the struggle. Grandpa might not have had that exact issue, but he did figure out that Barbasol works on various fabric stains, including cosmetics. People on popular cleaning forums talk about how it can break down the oils found in makeup. You can dab some foam directly onto the stain, let it sit for a couple of minutes, then gently rub the fabric together or use a soft bristle brush. Rinse with cold water and see if the stain has lifted. If it's still visible, repeat until it's gone. Be careful with delicate fabrics like silk or satin. Test a hidden corner first to avoid damaging the material. This hack has gained traction in online-style communities, where people are always looking for quick fixes for last-minute wardrobe mishaps. Grandpa's advice was to treat stains as soon as possible, because once a stain sets, it's much harder to remove. He also liked this approach because Barbasol doesn't usually leave behind a harsh smell. After you rinse, you can wash the item like you normally would, and the garment should be good to go. It's definitely cheaper than those specialized stain pens, and you can keep a travel-size can in your bag if you really want to be prepared. If you ask people who've tried it, they'll often mention that it can save your favorite blouse or tie in a pinch. Number 9. Squeaky door lubrication. Most folks associate lubrication with oils or WD-40, but Grandpa sometimes used a dab of Barbasol on door hinges when he needed an emergency fix for a squeak. It's not as long-lasting as actual lubricants, but if you're in a pinch and can't handle that annoying squeaky noise, this can help. Forums for old-school handyman hacks often talk about how the foam's consistency can help coat the metal parts and reduce friction temporarily. You just apply a small amount to the hinge, move the door back and forth a few times to work it in, then wipe away any excess. Don't expect it to last forever, but it might buy you some peace until you can pick up a real lubricant. The advantage here is that Barbasol doesn't typically leave a greasy residue or smell up the house. It's quick, it's easy, and it's something Grandpa swore by whenever he was in a hurry. Considering how many times hinges get ignored until they screech, this hack can be a real day saver. Some current DIY vloggers even demonstrate this method for squeaky drawer slides or old windows that stick. Just remember that if you want a permanent solution, you'll probably need something heavier duty. Still, for a quick fix, you can't beat a quick shot of shaving foam to keep things gliding smoothly. Number 10, handyman's trick for wallpaper removal. Removing old wallpaper can be a nightmare, especially if the adhesive has been stuck for decades. Grandpa discovered that Barbasol might help loosen that sticky mess. He'd take a sponge, apply some warm water mixed with a healthy dollop of foam, and wipe it across the wallpaper to soften the glue. After letting it soak for several minutes, he'd peel the paper away. Some modern home renovation articles suggest using fabric softener or vinegar in similar ways, but Grandpa liked how the shaving foam smelled and how it clung to the wallpaper without dripping everywhere. A bunch of folks online have tried variations of this hack, sometimes mixing the foam with a bit of dish soap. The main point is that the foam helps keep moisture against the paper, so it doesn't dry out too quickly. That makes it easier to strip off larger pieces without ripping them into tiny scraps. Of course, if you're dealing with multiple layers of paper or ancient glue, you may need a proper steamer or more potent solutions. But for the average do-it-yourself project, this technique can reduce the frustration factor quite a bit. Grandpa would also remind people to be patient, because if you rush, you'll just end up with a patchy mess. Let the foam mixture do its work for a few minutes, test a small corner, and if it's pulling away easily, you're good to go. After the wallpaper is off, rinse the wall with clean water to remove leftover foam or glue residue. You'll be surprised how much simpler the whole process can feel, especially if you're looking for a low-cost, low-fuss approach. It's one more reason why Barbasol has earned its place in the world of Grandpa-approved life hacks.